Obviously excited about the win. Appreciate our fan support. Appreciate our administration doing a great job with homecoming and all the alumni and all the fans that came out. The student support was incredible. Really proud of our football team and how they handled coming off a good win against Austin Peay the week before. Stayed focused all week, came out and handled business against a good Tarleton State team. I think our defensive performance speaks for itself. We've got to continue we still have areas that we can continue to improve on defense, and we need to, but really excited about where we're going on defense. Our offense put together what I think is a balanced attack. We've got to get in the end zone. We've got to get in the red zone to get in the end zone and make some more explosives. But I felt like our running game and our throwing game was evenly matched, evenly productive, and we'll continue to grow and develop relationships on that side of the ball with the younger players that we have and the new players that we have playing. And then our special teams with the one blunder, it's just something that we have to continue to get fixed, continue to concentrate on, continue to coach and focus and just not allow those mistakes to happen. But overall on our special teams with Patrick Nations, how he was striking the ball both as a field goal kicker and as the kickoff person, was really pleased with him and really pleased with our coverage units. Looking forward to this week against Abilene Christian, another strong Texas team coming into town. It'll be our first meeting against them, and looking forward to seeing them up close in person. They're a talented football team, quarterbacks that both run and throw with good accuracy. Their scheme present problems with a lot of the things that they do. Defensively, very active, very, very solid defensive front and secondary. And so it's going to be a huge challenge for us, another 60-minute football game, but that's how it's going to be in this ASUN WAC challenge and how it's going to be in the ASUN. So with that, I'll open it up for any questions.
Coach, you talked about, the way Patrick had been kicking the football. When he kicked that 48-yard field goal in, that was pretty impressive. And it seemed like to him, he was kind of celebrating afterward. Was that something was that his career, or as far as the field goal itself, was that something that you guys have worked on with him with that distance?
That's something that, he works on that every day. He's actually hit probably further out than that. For him, it was probably the first one in a game situation since high school. So that was huge for him. It was into the wind, which was something that was, I was worried about as we got out there because the wind was higher up top than it is, on your normal throws. And so I was afraid it might get pushed back some, and you can see it tried to, but Patrick's got a strong leg. He's a talented athlete, and not many people know this, but he was a 3-star safety coming out of high school. So, he's an athletic young man. And so him being in situations, playing football, being out on an island with a receiver trying to give up a touchdown, his mentality is it's going to go in. So we're really excited about him and what he brings to our kicking game.
Talk about some of the big plays you had offensively. I know Parker ran the 30-yard touchdown run and then you had the one where he flipped it over to the tailback who threw it back to him. He had the big run that set up a big play offensively. So talk about the different plays, the different big plays that you have offensively.
Well, I think that just shows the versatility in our offense and in Parker. And, Parker's kind of pigeonholed as a drop back guy, and he is. He can drop back and throw it and do the things he needs to do. But he's also got the ability to elude and escape. I'm not going to call him a track star yet, but that was a good run. And, he outran. We had good blocking out on the perimeter by Jaden Higgins, our freshman that was out there. What you don't notice is Brad Davis had his linebacker probably about 6 yards downfield and forced the pursuit to run the hump, which gave Parker some time to get there. So, it comes down to a total team effort, but it was a good read by Park and he took it. And then on the throwback, it's just a trick play that, when they pursue hard, and they're pursuing hard to the football, you've got to take advantage of those moments. And Jiren threw a good ball out there, and Parker took it down to the 2 or 3 yard line there. We got to do a better job of getting 7 instead of 3 when we get in those situations. But Parker's just playing at a high level right now. His accuracy is on point. We're going to continue to work with his footwork and some things to help him grow as a quarterback. But really pleased with how he's leading our offense and our football team.
Talk about the importance of this game. It's your first conference game. You know, Abilene Christian's already had one of those under their belt. So talk about the importance of that. And with them already having one of those games played, does that kind of give them any advantage coming into this weekend?
I don't know if it gives them any advantage as far as the conference deal. I mean, sure, they've got one locked up, and so that's good for them. I think as you continue to play, you just play the game that's in front of you. You get to tape, you study the tape, you start preparing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and go execute on Saturday. And it's important for us. It's important because it's the next game. If it was not a conference game, we're going to approach them all the same. There is no difference. Our job is to come out and be the best version of ourselves. And our challenge to our team is we've got to continue to raise what that version is. And they've got to continue to understand that there's no ceiling on them. They can be who they want to be and how they want to be it as long as they continue to work hard. And that's both individually and as a team. So that's kind of how we always approach it. We're not going to approach any game bigger than the other. We know that there's factors that come into play, but in the end, when you're out there playing, you don't think about this is a conference game. You don't think about this is, whatever. That you just think about, hey, we're going out there to win, and that's what we have to do.
As you guys kind of hit this halfway point of the season, you talked about the growth you've seen from your quarterback and your special teams players and some of your defensive players as well. For you, always trying to improve week to week. Where do you feel like this team can continue to improve as you go into conference play now?
Well, I think as far as our offense, we talked on Monday, or yesterday, I guess it was, we talked about improving in all areas, of course, but we have to get better versus man coverage. We have to get better at some of the way we run our routes, our route depths, our route consistency in our throw game, so we can hopefully collect some explosive plays on offense through the air and continue to get improved block and movement up front. We've gotten better as we move forward, and that helps free our tailback up. Defensively, we talked about tackling in space and leverage of the defense. Those are two things that we have to continue to improve on because we are giving up some yards that we shouldn't have to give up. And it's just because of some simple things. And then, special teams, we've been good except for our critical errors, and we have to focus on the FBI football intelligence of our special teams and make sure that we're not making the critical mistakes that we're making. I believe you can improve every week all the way through the season. I know everybody says week 1 to 2 is your greatest improvement, but I think we can continue to do that. And I think we've shown that. Our players have to decide that they're going to continue to grow in what our coaches demand of them and keep bringing the best version of themselves. And if they'll do that, I think you can see steady improvement throughout the year.
Joseph, seems like the defense has been, what's been really leading this team. And some of the big plays throughout each and every game have come on the defensive side of the football. When you look at, the 3 pick sixes and some of the big plays you guys are making up front. When you go throughout the week of practice, is that something that you guys are talking about, is continuing to make those big plays to help this team win?
Yes, I feel like our defense, we love making plays. We love seeing everybody being excited. So, if one team or one player makes a play, it gets all of us excited. And we focus on, alignment, assignment, and technique every single play. So we do things wrong, we run the playback. We have our scouts play great offense, so we give a good look. So I feel like in all, when we see one player makes a play, we all get excited. It makes us want to make a play. And with our team chemistry, we just keep rolling.
What's it like playing in front of these big crowds? It seems like every week it's a different kind of atmosphere, but the atmosphere just gets better each week. So what's it like playing in front of these big crowds out there at RKS?
It gives us juice, you know what I'm saying? We make a play and we have the crowd going crazy, and it's this is the first time that we really seen a big crowd, fans come in. We changed up our routine, how we go into games. So I feel like it gives the fans the experience. It gives our new players the experience because we got a new team, so it's exciting and all that.
You talk about the defense, man. For you, what are you trying to see you guys improve on? Obviously, continue to get pick sixes. That'd be the goal. But Just as a team, as you kind of, go into this back stretch of the season, what do you want to see improve as a leader on this defense?
I feel like as a leader, I feel like we just need to just keep locking in on what we needed to do. We try to go one game at a time. So we build on our team chemistry. We build on our, like I said, our alignment, assignment, our technique. We focus on that every single day. So as long as we have our heads down, we don't have the distractions and all that, we're going to keep improving. And yeah.
So I had a question submitted for you. When you guys have 9 interceptions on the year, and a lot of them have come from players jumping routes, you've done that a couple of times this year. What are you taught in those circumstances to be able to see or to anticipate jumping a route, but without doing it so that a receiver can get behind you guys? Because that hasn't happened very often.
I feel like we jump routes because we watch film all the time. We watch how these wide receivers, they run the routes. We watch how the quarterbacks do their cadence sits and all that. So as we watch film, we build on these little things, I don't know the word, the strategies the offense has been giving us. We try to take advantage of that defensive player. So when they run their route a certain depth or they break a certain way, we try to capitalize on their mistakes, and we try to make a play.
We heard Coach talk about, taking the next game as the next game, but we know that this is an actual conference game within the ASUN and the WAC. Or what are you guys talking about amongst each other about the importance of this game and getting off to a good start in conference play?
We talk about the importance of this game. We're going on our fourth home game and our third win streak. So as we try to just have this game focus on our next game and have to go 1-0 every single week and have this be our first conference game, it gives us momentum to go on the road and play all these other teams and try to capitalize the same way, but with different mindset, with no distractions, and on the road.
Dakota, after Parker ran for that 30-yard touchdown, you were one of the first guys that when he came over to the sideline to kind of bump helmets with him and congratulate him. What were you telling him after he scored that touchdown?
The really only thing I've been telling him all week was just be yourself. Everyone knows he can run and throw it. When he's doing that, our offense is going to be hard to stop. So, all week I was just preaching to him, be yourself, run the ball when it's there, be smart, don't take unnecessary hits, but go be an athlete and go be a playmaker like you are. So, me and Parker's relationship is obviously pretty good, considering when I played quarterback and, a little battle there. And he's just a fierce competitor. And so when I kind of like Joe said, whenever someone's making a play, the offense, everyone on offense wants to make a play, and it just hypes us all up. And, I just love seeing him succeed and, lead our offense.
Talking about that relationship with him, is there anything that you see sometimes from your tight end position that you can relay to him that maybe he doesn't see on a certain play?
Well, he doesn't miss stuff very often. So when he does, like I said, having the quarterback background, I read defenses pretty well. So if he misses something, I just come up to him on the sideline and we sit there and talk and we get it figured out. And then 9 times out of 10, we go out and correct it, and it shows.
Well, you've had a lot of experience here at EKU yourself. What's it like, same thing with Joseph, what's it like playing in front of these crowds, these big crowds that you've had here at home and getting the 4th straight home game, a first conference game under your belt? So what's it like playing in front of these big crowds, and how important will it be to have another big crowd when you welcome in Abilene Christian for this first conference game?
It's huge. Like you said, I've been here for a while, and I haven't always had a huge crowd to play in front of. Going on my 5th year here, I've experienced little to no crowds, and I've experienced a lot of crowds. Only thing I'll say about that is everyone likes winners, so it's pretty easy when you're winning. But the crowds, they're great. They hype us up. Like Joe said, I mean, when we come off the sidelines after making a big play or the offense has a long drive for a touchdown, like everyone's cheering and it gives us momentum and we feed off of that. So, I mean, it's pretty good.
Dak, Abilene Christian, just like you guys, has 3 defensive touchdowns this season. As you guys preparing for this game, what have you seen on film that you're trying to hone in on or focus in on to prevent them from adding to that total?
I would say that they're a good defense. They play pretty hard. But I mean, ultimately it falls down to us and how we execute all week in practice. We're going to win the games. We're going to win every week, Monday through Friday. That's something big that Coach Wells always preaches to us, both on offense and defense and special teams. So if we prepare well during the week and, we get great looks from our scout teams and we don't turn the ball over during the week, 9 times out of 10, that's how the game's going to go. So yeah, like I said, if we execute during the week and we come out and we're prepared and all that good stuff, I mean, we do what we do and we should be all right.